If this video has appeared on your screen, it is not an accident. It's a signal. The universe, through its intricate quantum feedback loop, has delivered this precise message to you for a single reason. You are on the absolute verge of a significant reality shift, a level up. This isn't mysticism. This is physics. What you have been perceiving as chaos, as breakdown, as your life falling apart, is in fact a measurable, predictable process, a process known in the quantum sciences as decoherence. In the next hour, I will give you the scientific framework to decode the strange signs you have been seeing. I will prove to you that your life isn't breaking down. It is being fundamentally rebuilt for a higher order existence. You are about to level up. This entire process is based on the immutable principles of quantum state transition. It is governed by the same physics that allows an electron to leap from one energy orbit to another instantly, without traveling through the space in between. It disappears from one reality and appears in another, higher energy reality. This is not a gradual change. It is a quantum leap. And right now, you are in the final moments of charging that leap. The evidence is all around you, and it is coursing through you. You have likely been feeling an almost unbearable combination of excitement and pure terror. One moment, you feel an expansive sense of power, a glimpse of a future so bright, it's almost blinding. The next, you feel like you are losing your mind, like the very ground beneath your feet is dissolving, and you have nothing to hold on to. This is not a personal failure. This is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a documented, clinical symptom of a consciousness crossing a profound boundary. You are crossing the quantum decoherence threshold. This is the precise point where the energetic signature of your future self becomes more powerful than the momentum of your past, and the old reality must, by the laws of physics, begin to shatter. If you feel this video found you for a precise reason, hit the like button now to signal to the universe and the algorithm that you are ready for this upgrade. To understand what is happening, I want you to think of your reality as a broadcast, a channel. For years, you have been tuned to a specific frequency. Your job, your relationships, your identity, all of it has been a coherent broadcast on a single channel. It was stable. It was predictable. But you started to desire something more. You sent out a new signal, a request for an upgrade. You asked for the high-definition channel. Now, what happens when you change channels on an old television? Before the new, clearer picture snaps into place, there is always a moment of static, a burst of chaotic noise and snow. That static is where you are right now. That chaos you are experiencing in your life is not a sign that your broadcast system is broken. It is the inescapable signature of the upgrade in progress. It is the interference pattern created as the old, low-definition signal fades out and the new, high-definition signal prepares to lock in. Most people see the static and panic. They think the television is broken and they do everything they can to go back to the old, fuzzy but familiar channel. They fight the very upgrade they asked for. But you will not. By the end of this video, you will no longer fear the chaos. You will see it as confirmation. You will understand the static for what it is, the sound of your new world loading, and you will know exactly how to navigate this transition into your next level. So let's go deeper into the physics of this process. Let's decode the static. You have been conditioned to believe that stability is the goal. A stable job, a stable relationship, a stable sense of self. But in the quantum universe, stability is often a state of energetic stagnation. True growth, true evolution, requires a period of profound instability. A system cannot leap from one state of order to a higher state of order without first moving through chaos. Think about it. Water cannot become steam without first enduring the chaotic violence of boiling. A seed cannot become a tree without the utter destruction of its own shell in the darkness of the earth. This is not a metaphor. It is a law. It's called quantum decoherence. A coherent, stable system, your old life, your old identity, must lose its structure. It must dissolve into a wave of infinite possibilities before it can recohere or collapse into a new, more complex and stable system. That period of dissolution, that moment where you are no longer the old thing but not yet the new thing, that is the static, that is the boiling, that is the terror and the excitement you are feeling right now. The life you knew was a broadcast on a specific frequency. It was a clear channel. But you, at a soul level, decided to change the channel. You decided you were ready for a higher definition experience. To do that, the old signal must fade out, and as it fades, and before the new one locks in, there is an inevitable period of interference, of noise, of chaos. This is the spiritual awakening symptoms explained with physics. The discomfort you feel is the friction between two colliding realities, your past and your future. The static isn't just random noise. It's a specific, measurable phenomenon. It is the wave interference pattern created when your new, higher frequency broadcast collides with the fading, residual signal of your old reality. And the moment this process becomes visible in your external life, the moment the static starts showing up as relationship breakdowns, career shifts, and profound synchronicities, is the moment you have crossed a critical boundary. I call this the quantum decoherence threshold. This is the precise tipping point. It's the event horizon where the energetic pull of your future self becomes stronger than the gravitational momentum of your past self. Before you cross it, your desire for a new life is just a dream, a possibility. After you cross it, it is an inevitability unfolding in physical space. The chaos you are witnessing is not a sign that you might be leveling up. It is the physical proof that the process is already well underway. You have crossed the threshold. The upgrade is no longer optional. This changes everything, because it explains why your old strategies are no longer working. It explains why every attempt to fix your problems, to control the chaos, has failed, or even made things worse. You've been trying to hustle your way out of the static. You've been using force and discipline and positive thinking to try and get the old channel to be clear again. But you can't fix a system that is designed to be dismantled. Trying to force your old life to work is like seeing the static on your television screen and starting to yell at the TV. It's like trying to fix the noisy signal by polishing the screen. You are applying effort at the wrong level of reality. You are fighting the very transition you set into motion. The universe is trying to demolish the old structure to build you a palace, and you are running around with a hammer and nails trying to patch the cracks in the foundation of the old shack. The exhaustion you feel is the exhaustion of fighting a cosmic law. The frustration is the friction of resisting your own evolution. Think of a past challenge you resisted, a breakup you fought, a job loss you mourned. Can you now identify the static, the disruptions you fought against, as the signal of a necessary upgrade trying to emerge? Can you see now that the breakdown was the prerequisite for the breakthrough? This brings us to the new paradigm. The way to navigate the quantum decoherence threshold is not to fix the old reality. It is not to manage the chaos. It is not to fight the static. The solution is to turn your attention away from the screen entirely and focus on the broadcast tower. Your only job in this transition is to amplify the signal of the new reality that is being born. The chaos is a temporary byproduct you don't need to engage with. It's the demolition crew doing their job. You don't need to supervise them. You just need to hold the frequency of the new blueprint. To feel with every cell in your being the reality of what is emerging. The static will resolve itself. The noise will fade. The new channel will lock in clear and bright. Not because you fought for it, but because you became it. For your entire life, you have operated under a single flawed assumption, an assumption so deeply programmed into the human psyche that we never think to question it. The assumption is this: breakdown is bad. Chaos is a sign of failure. Disruption means you have taken a wrong turn. We have been taught to interpret the static of our lives as a signal of deviation, a message that we are moving away from our desired destination. When relationships end, when careers collapse, when our plans shatter into a million pieces, our first instinct is a pang of terror, the thought that we have lost our way, that the universe is punishing us. This is the central paradox of a quantum reality, and the revelation I am about to share will fundamentally invert your understanding of reality itself. It is the key that turns the prison of your anxiety into the launch pad for your next existence. The chaos is not evidence that you are failing. The breakdown is not a sign you are moving away from your desire. The chaos, the breakdown, the loss, the confusion, that is the physical evidence that the quantum field is actively and successfully dismantling your old reality, precisely because it has received your request for a new one. The breakdown is the breakthrough. Read that again in your mind. The demolition is the undeniable proof that construction has begun. The static is not the absence of a signal. It is the sound of a new, higher frequency channel tuning in. The life that is falling apart is the very same life that is falling into place. Every single thing you have been fearing, resisting, and mourning is the universe screaming its confirmation back at you. I've received your order. The upgrade is in progress. We are clearing the site for your new reality. This isn't poetry. It's physics. A new, more complex and coherent system cannot be built on the foundation of an old, limited one. The old structure must be dissolved. Its energetic components must be returned to a state of pure potential, the quantum soup of possibility, before they can be reassembled into a higher order reality. What you are experiencing as chaos is simply you witnessing the necessary, beautiful, and sacred act of dissolution. This single shift in perspective changes the entire game. It means that every problem is no longer a problem. It is proof of progress. Every challenge that arises is a data point confirming that your new frequency is powerful enough to disrupt the old one. The argument with a family member, the unexpected bill, the project that fails, these are not setbacks. They are energetic tremors caused by the new reality breaking through the surface of the old. Every person or situation that suddenly leaves your life is not a loss to be mourned. It is a resonant vacuum being created. The physics of frequency dictates that your old reality was populated by people and circumstances that matched your old broadcast. As your broadcast signal refines itself and increases in frequency, those old resonant points can no longer hold the signal. They must fall away. It is an impersonal act of universal efficiency. They are not abandoning you. They are making space for the people, opportunities, and experiences that are a perfect harmonic match to the reality you are now emitting. The dissonance you feel is the ultimate confirmation that your new frequency is working. So, what to do when your life is falling apart? The answer is nothing. You don't fix the demolition site, you hold the blueprint for the new building. This introduces the most profound shift in your approach to life. For years, you have been trying to manage the external world, to fix the static, to control the chaos, to struggle against the things that are falling apart, trying desperately to glue them back together. But this is like an architect running around a demolition site, trying to straighten bent nails and repaint crumbling walls, all while the wrecking ball is swinging. It is a waste of energy. It is a fundamental misunderstanding of your role. The work is not to struggle against the external world. The work is to maintain the integrity of your internal broadcast signal, regardless of the static on the screen. Because here is the great revelation. Here is where the metaphor transforms. You have been acting like the person anxiously watching a staticky television screen, twisting the antenna, hitting the side of the set, frustrated with the picture. But that is not who you are. You are the broadcast tower. The level up is not something happening to you. It is a new, higher frequency signal that you are already emitting from the core of your being. Your choice, your desire, your evolution has already changed the very nature of your broadcast. The static you perceive in the external world is just the lag time it takes for the quantum field to reorganize matter and energy to reflect the new signal you are already transmitting. This changes your identity. It moves you from a passive victim of circumstance to the active source of it. You are not a ship being tossed on the waves of a chaotic ocean. You are the moon that governs the tides. Your inner state, your frequency, your core vibration, is the central organizing principle around which your physical reality constellates itself. You are not waiting for a level up. You are broadcasting it into existence, right now. This is the great shift. The shift from seeker to creator, from observer to source. You stop trying to fix the world and focus only on the clarity of your signal. Your only job is to become so rooted in the feeling state of your next level, the peace, the freedom, the love, the abundance, that the static of the old reality no longer distracts you. You see it, you acknowledge it, but you do not engage with it. You simply continue to be the broadcast. What if the most chaotic situation in your life right now isn't a problem to be solved, but evidence that your new reality is being born? Let that sink in. This new reality isn't just a theory. It leaves fingerprints. It leaves evidence. You have now shifted your broadcast from seeking a level up to being the level up. This broadcast is a physical force. It interacts with the quantum field. and that interaction creates tangible, observable, and often bizarre effects in your three-dimensional world. The static is not random noise. If you know how to look, it contains patterns, clues, proof that your upgrade is not just coming, but is already in process. I am going to show you 3 of the most powerful and counterintuitive signs that prove you have already crossed the quantum decoherence threshold. These are the quantum fingerprints that confirm your new world is being born. The first sign is what I call the resonance purge. This is often the most painful and confusing sign, which is why we must address it first. Suddenly, people, places, jobs, and hobbies that once felt like the very foundation of your identity begin to feel foreign. The high-powered career you spent a decade building now feels like a gilded cage, its logic completely alien to you. The friends you shared everything with now seem to be speaking a different language, their conversations about the old world feeling draining and irrelevant. The music you loved, the shows you watched, the routines that gave you comfort, they all start to feel like echoes from a life someone else lived. This is not you being disloyal. It is not you becoming cold or distant. It is physics. Every person, every job, every situation in your life is a vibrational match to the frequency you were broadcasting. As you cross the threshold and begin broadcasting a new, higher, more coherent frequency, you create a state of dissonance with the old energies. They can no longer exist harmoniously in your field, so they fall away. Sometimes it's a dramatic exit, a sudden breakup, a layoff, a falling out, but more often, it is a quiet, effortless drifting apart. The phone stops ringing. The invitations stop coming. The desire to engage simply evaporates. Most people interpret this as loss. They see their life falling apart and they panic. They fight to hold on to the dissolving connections, creating immense pain and resistance. But from the perspective of a broadcast engineer, this is not loss. It is a system calibration. It is the universe clearing the stage. Every person who exits is not abandoning you. They are making space for the new cast of characters who resonate with the frequency you are now emitting. The resonance purge is the ultimate confirmation that your signal has changed. It is the most undeniable evidence that your new world requires a new environment. The second quantum fingerprint is the time glitch. Your perception of linear time begins to warp. It becomes elastic, fluid, and unreliable. You may experience entire days flying by in what feels like a few hours, only to have a single 10-minute period stretch on for what feels like an eternity. You'll be hit with waves of intense déjà vu, a startlingly clear feeling of having lived this exact moment before, down to the last detail. Your dreams become hyper-realistic, vivid, and often precognitive, containing information or emotional resolutions that then bleed into your waking reality. You might wake up with the solution to a problem you've been wrestling with, a solution that came from a place beyond your conscious mind. This isn't a sign that you are losing your grip. It is a symptom of your consciousness beginning to operate outside of the rigid construct of linear time. Our old reality, our old broadcast, is anchored firmly in a past-present-future sequence. It's a stable, predictable signal, but a quantum leap is a transition between two states that does not travel through the intervening space. To make that leap, your consciousness must temporarily unmoor itself from the timeline. It enters the quantum field, the place of pure potentiality where all timelines exist simultaneously. The time glitches are the side effects of your awareness dipping in and out of this timeless state. You are no longer just a character in a linear story. You are becoming the author, with access to the entire manuscript. This temporal distortion is proof that your system is preparing for a discontinuous jump. It is the engine of your reality warming up for a leap into a completely new orbit. The third, and perhaps most paradoxical, sign is the magnetism paradox. This is the beautiful, irrefutable evidence that everything I've told you is true. Just as your old familiar world is dissolving, as the resonance purge clears your life of what no longer fits, you become strangely, inexplicably magnetic. The paradox is that the more your personal life seems to be in a state of chaos and breakdown, the more the universe itself seems to rush in to meet you. Strangers will approach you in a coffee shop and tell you their entire life story. Animals, especially cats and dogs, will be unusually drawn to you, sensing the coherence of your new frequency. You'll think of an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, and they will text you within the hour. You'll have a question in your mind, and the answer will appear on a billboard, in a song lyric, or in a conversation you overhear. This is the physics of decoherence at its most elegant. As your old, defined, rigid identity, the sum of your past stories and limitations, dissolves, you enter a state of pure potential. You become less of a fixed particle and more of a coherent wave. This state of pure, uncollapsed potential is profoundly attractive to the quantum field. You are no longer broadcasting a signal cluttered with the static of your past. You are broadcasting a clear, pure homing beacon. The universe, which operates on the principle of resonance, cannot help but respond. The synchronicities are not magic. They are feedback. They are the universe confirming that it has received your new broadcast and is now rearranging itself around that signal. The magnetism you experience is the universe showing you the blueprint for your new reality. One piece of impossible evidence at a time. The resonance purge, the time glitch, the magnetism paradox. These are not signs of a breakdown. They are the quantum fingerprints of your breakthrough. In the comments, share which of the three signs is showing up most powerfully in your life right now. Reading the comments will show you that you are not alone. You are part of a collective shift. You understand the physics. You recognize the signs. The intellectual framework is now in place, but knowledge is only a map. It is not the territory. The final piece is not to understand the upgrade, but to become it, to move from theory to embodiment. So now, let's become the new broadcast. If you are able, I invite you to find a space where you can be undisturbed for the next few minutes. You can sit or lie down, and if it feels safe for you to do so, gently close your eyes. Let's begin by simply arriving in this moment, taking a deep breath in and a slow breath out, releasing the video, the concepts, the words, and just feeling the weight of your body, the contact it makes with the surface beneath you, the subtle hum of the room around you. I want you to bring your awareness to the static we've been talking about, but this time, I want you to feel it not as a concept but as a physical sensation. Where in your life or in your body does this chaos live right now? Perhaps it's a tightness in your chest, a buzzing anxiety in your stomach, a frantic loop of thoughts spinning in your mind. Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it, just notice it. See all of it. The worries about the future, the grief for the past, the confusion of the present. See it all gathering around you like a cloud, a mist of swirling, chaotic energy. Feel its texture, its temperature, its sound. This is the raw material of creation. This is not a sign of failure. This is the evidence of unresolved potential, an ocean of possibility waiting for a command. Now, gently, let your awareness drift away from that cloud of static. Leave it there for a moment. It is safe. It will wait. I want you to ask yourself a different question. Not what you want to achieve, or what you want to have, but how you want to feel. Inside your new reality. Your next level of existence. What is the dominant emotional frequency? Don't think with your mind, feel with your body. Is it a profound sense of peace? A stillness that cannot be shaken? Is it the electrifying current of freedom? The feeling of infinite space and unbound potential? Is it the quiet hum of unshakable presence? The deep cellular knowing that you are exactly where you need to be? Search for that feeling. It could be courage, or clarity, or joy. Let the word find you. Once you have a sense of it located in your body, where does this feeling live? Does peace settle deep in your belly? Does freedom expand across your chest and shoulders? Does joy tingle in your fingertips? Wherever it is, place your full attention there. Breathe into it. Let it grow warmer, brighter, stronger with each breath. This is not something you are manufacturing. This is something you are remembering. It is the core frequency of your true self, buried beneath the static. Now bring your focus to the center of your chest, to your heart space. Imagine your heart as a broadcast tower, a powerful biological transmitter, and this core feeling, this frequency of your next level, is gathering there. It concentrates into a single brilliant point of light, a sphere of pure coherent energy, pulsing in perfect rhythm with your heartbeat. This is your signal. This is the broadcast of your new reality. And now, on your next exhale, you are going to let it radiate outward. Feel this wave of coherent energy. This signal of peace or freedom or joy pulse out from your heart. It moves through every cell in your body, upgrading your biology to match this new frequency. It flows past the boundary of your skin, filling the space immediately around you with its light and its harmony. It continues to expand. Feel it filling the entire room. This is your broadcast. Strong, clear, unwavering. Now, become aware once more of that cloud of static that was waiting. The worries, the confusion, the chaos. Watch what happens as your coherent broadcast, your powerful signal, touches it. Your signal does not fight the static. It does not destroy it or push it away. It organizes it. Watch as the chaotic, swirling patterns of the static begin to align with the pure frequency of your broadcast, like iron filings snapping into a beautiful, intricate pattern in the presence of a powerful magnet. The discordant noise you once felt resolves into a perfect harmony. The chaos wasn't the enemy, it was simply energy waiting for a coherent signal to give it form. The static is not gone. It has been transformed. It has been recruited into the geometric perfection of your new reality. The very energy that felt like your breakdown is now the building block of your breakthrough, organized and given purpose by the signal you are now holding. You are the signal. You are the broadcast. Stay with this feeling for a few more moments. Feeling of being the center point, the broadcast tower, effortlessly transforming chaos into order just by being. And now, very gently, begin to bring your awareness back to the feeling of your body, back to the sounds in the room. Take one more deep, integrating breath in, holding that feeling of your core frequency. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Coming out of that experience, what single word defines the emotional frequency of your next level? This word is your new vibrational address. You are not just someone going through a hard time. Let that sink in. That identity is a story from the old broadcast, a relic of a frequency you are no longer tuned to. From this moment forward, you are to see yourself for what you truly are. You are a broadcast engineer. You are standing at the control panel of your reality, overseeing a system-wide upgrade, and every great engineer has an operating manual. This is yours. The chaos does not need to be managed, but your new state of being does need to be deliberately practiced. These are not chores. They are not tasks. They are the daily protocols for operating as the conscious creator of your world. Your first tool is the most powerful. You will replace your gratitude journal. Gratitude is a beautiful frequency, but it is a frequency of receiving. You are now in the frequency of broadcasting. You need a tool that reflects this new power. You will start an evidence log. Tonight you will take a notebook, and on the first page you will write, "Evidence of my upgrade." Every single day your only job is to write down one piece of what you previously would have called static, a strange synchronicity, an unexpected challenge, a relationship that suddenly ended, a moment of intense confusion. And next to it, you will reframe it. You will write, "This is the evidence that my new broadcast is working. This is the proof that the old reality is successfully dissolving." For example, my largest client unexpectedly terminated their contract. Reframe. Evidence that my professional reality is being cleared to make space for a higher level alignment. The old financial structure has dissolved. Or, I had a sudden intense argument with a lifelong friend. Reframe. Evidence that my relational frequency has shifted beyond the resonance of this connection. My broadcast is purifying my inner circle. Do you see the power in this? You are actively training your subconscious mind, your entire neurological system, to interpret chaos not as failure, but as confirmation. You are logging proof of your own power. Instead of your reality controlling your perception begins to engineer your reality. You stop looking for things to be thankful for and start seeing the physics of your evolution in action everywhere. The second tool is your frequency anchor. In the last section, you identified a single word, a word that defined the core emotional frequency of your next level: freedom, presence, abundance, clarity. That word is not an affirmation. It is a vibrational address. It is the specific signature of the signal you are now broadcasting. But a signal must be consistent to overcome the noise of the old world, so you will anchor it into your day. Take your phone right now. Set an hourly alarm or reminder. For the title of that reminder, put your word. When it goes off, you will stop whatever you are doing. It does not matter. You will close your eyes for 30 seconds. You will not repeat the word like a mantra. You will not visualize anything specific. You will simply ask your body, what does this word feel like? And for 30 seconds, you will generate that feeling in the center of your chest. You will become the living embodiment of that frequency. This is not a small thing. This is quantum engineering at the most practical level. Each 30-second interval is a pulse, a coherent wave sent out from your broadcast tower. These consistent pulses are what keep your new signal strong and clear, preventing you from being pulled back into the dense static of old habits, old thoughts, and the expectations of others. It is the steady drumbeat of your new reality. The third tool is for the moments of acute crisis, for when the static becomes a storm, when the old programming tries to hijack the system with fear, with panic, with doubt. In those moments, you will deploy the neutral observer. Your old habit was to react, to get angry, to feel victimized, to rush in and try to fix the problem. But reacting to the static is like a broadcast engineer grabbing a hammer and smashing the television set. It's a misunderstanding of the entire mechanism. The static is not the problem. It is the symptom of the solution. Your emotional reaction is the energy that feeds the old dissolving pattern and keeps it alive longer than it needs to be. Your new protocol is to do nothing. You will take a breath. You will step back energetically from the situation, and you will look at the chaos, at the person yelling, at the unexpected bill, at the feeling of panic rising in your chest, and you will say, out loud if you can, these precise words. Interesting. The old programming is dissolving. That's it. No judgment, no fear, no attempt to fix. You are simply observing the demolition of the old structure. You are watching a special effect from a movie you are no longer starring in. This statement does two critical things. It instantly detaches your personal energy from the drama, starving it of the fuel it needs to persist. And second, it reinforces the frame of the evidence log. This chaos is not a threat, it is a process. It is a sign of your success. You observe it, you acknowledge its dissolution, and you let it go. What is the first old story or limiting pattern you will consciously stop observing? The first piece of static you will thank and release the moment this video is over. These three tools, the evidence log, the frequency anchor, and the neutral observer, form a complete integration framework. They are your new way of being. This is not a philosophy you think about. It is an operational system you run. Your daily practice is no longer about doing more, hustling harder, or forcing outcomes in the external world. Your practice is to be more of the frequency you wish to experience. Your only work is to hold the integrity of your broadcast, to log the evidence of its effect, to anchor its feeling in your body hour by hour, and to neutrally observe the magnificent, beautiful, and sometimes chaotic demolition of everything that is not a match to it. You are the engineer. The control panel is within you. The broadcast is live. You now have the framework. You can read the signs. You can hold the frequency, and you possess the tools to navigate the static. You are no longer someone lost in the chaos hoping for a lifeline. You are the engineer of your new reality, standing at the control panel, fully aware of the upgrade in progress. You have moved from being a passenger in your life to being the pilot. The fear of the static is gone, replaced by the deep, resonant certainty that the noise is merely the sound of your new world being born. But this mastery, this profound shift you have just integrated, is only the first step. Successfully navigating the upgrade is the initiation. Once the new channel becomes clear, once the static fades and you find yourself standing in this higher vibrational reality you have chosen, a new and far more subtle challenge emerges, stabilizing it. How do you prevent yourself from being pulled back into the old frequency? How do you make this new state of being your permanent home, and not just a beautiful place you visit? The gravity of your past is a powerful force. The memories, the old identities, the expectations of others, the deep grooves of habit etched into your neurology, they all exert a pull. They are a broadcast signal of their own, one that has been playing for your entire life, and it will try to pull you back into its orbit. When your newly stabilized high-frequency reality meets the dense, slow frequency of the old world, a specific phenomenon occurs, a force that can feel like an invisible tether, trying to snap you back to who you used to be. We call this quantum gravity. Learning to navigate quantum gravity is the key to making your level up permanent. It is the science of anchoring your new self so firmly in this higher dimension that the pull of the past no longer has any power over you. It is the difference between a fleeting spiritual experience and a lasting evolution of consciousness. This is where the real work of the Creator begins. That is why our very next video is dedicated entirely to this process. It is titled, The Quantum Plateau Explained: How to Stabilize Your New Reality After a Level Up. We will break down the physics of maintaining your new state. We will give you the precise tools to build an anchor in your new reality, making it your default, your home base, not just a temporary peak you once climbed. We will teach you how to become immune to the pull of your past. Subscribe and activate all notifications, because in our next video we move from identifying the level up to making it permanent. You need to know what comes next. This journey you are on is no accident. This video found you because you were ready to receive the manual for your own evolution. You have everything you need inside of you right now. Your only job is to be the frequency, to be the broadcast. Your personal upgrade is not just for you. As you stabilize your new signal, you become a broadcasting tower for a new possibility, strengthening the entire cosmic network. The world is waiting for your new channel.